this kind of accident was unsurvivable. In the last 30 years, science and engineering have helped create much safer cars. Today, no new model hits the showroom without being rammed into walls, barriers, and other automobiles to comply with international standards of safety. But it wasn't always this way. Automobile safety came slowly and at the expense of millions of lives. This is a 1929 Chevrolet, crash tested using today's standards.
Well, cars of that era were rickety affairs. They were sheet metal nailed and screwed onto wooden frames, and so they were very insubstantial, and when they got into a serious crash, they pretty much disintegrated.
Survival in one of these motorized coffins was due mostly to luck and the fact that cars were slow and scarce. The automobile age began in Germany. Powered by a combustion engine, the first car was built by Carl Benz in 1886. For years, the automobile was considered a toy in Europe, meant only for the very rich. It was an entirely different story in America. Soon after the turn of the century, low-cost automobiles went on the market, and Americans bought them in staggering numbers, even if the roads weren't always ready for them. As the number of cars increased, so did accidents. Yet nobody blamed the automobile. Accidents were considered an act of God or a bad driver.
It was obvious to blame the driver, the human being, rather than the inanimate object, and so the automobile industry accepted that and therefore assumed that they had no responsibility for designing cars to be involved in accidents.
Automakers avoided the topic of car safety. Sales could be hurt if customers began to think of cars as dangerous machines. There was, however, one aspect of car design so lethal, everyone recognized the need to change it: plate glass windows. A minor collision, even a small rock tossed up by a passing vehicle, could shatter a windshield, sending razor-sharp shards of glass inside.